The ball seems to skim the grass, almost apologetic in its speed, and yet the hitter is somehow late, off balance, staring back at the mound as if something illegal has just happened. That moment of confusion is the Tyler Rogers experience, and it is exactly how he arrives in Toronto, bringing a kind of problem that does not show up on any radar gun but lives comfortably inside a batter's head. This is not flash or noise, this is discomfort. And today, here on the Blue Jays Report, there are only 2 updates, but they tell you almost everything you need to know about how Toronto is quietly preparing for 2026. These are the kinds of details that separate teams that compete from teams that simply participate, so if you appreciate that level of thinking, take a second to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel before we go any further. Tyler Rogers is the complete opposite of what modern baseball claims to value. There is no eye-watering velocity, no violent swing-and-miss pitch, no strikeout totals built for highlight reels. His sinker drifts in slowly, his slider crawls. Strikeouts are not the point, and yet hitters almost never square him up. Contact against Rogers is weak, repetitive, and oddly predictable, as if every swing arrives a fraction of a second too late. More than 60% of balls put in play against him turn into grounders. Exit velocity stays stubbornly low. Barrels almost disappear. This is not a lucky run or a statistical blip. It is the result of a release point that breaks the hitter's visual reference. The ball comes from an angle the brain is not trained to process, forcing decisions before the pitch is fully understood. By the time the swing arrives, the damage has already been done. Because of that, Toronto's plan for Rogers is surprisingly specific. He is not there to enter chaos and erase it with strikeouts. He is there to prevent chaos from forming in the first place. Clean innings in the 7th or 8th, tight games where rhythm matters more than adrenaline. Bring him in with runners already in scoring position, and suddenly the margins shrink the wrong way. His strength is control, not rescue. And yet, in very precise moments, Rogers becomes invaluable. 1 out, runners on the corners, bases loaded, and the game hanging by a thread. Few arms on any roster offer a ground ball on demand with this level of calm and predictability. He slows the game down. He forces hitters to beat themselves. He lets the defense do the work before panic has time to breathe. Now shift your focus, because this is where the bullpen conversation gains weight. Jojo Romero is beginning to hover around Toronto's orbit, and if that name sticks, the entire late-game structure changes. While Rogers deals in illusion and disruption, Romero is direct pressure. No tricks, no disguise, just force. With St. Louis openly rebalancing its future, Romero's availability makes sense, and Toronto emerges as an almost natural fit. He is a high-leverage left-hander, built for uncomfortable innings. His ground ball rate is elite, his slider is heavy and unforgiving, and when it is located properly, contact simply dies. Hitters manage just a .181 average against him, and the run value of that slider spikes precisely when the pressure rises. This is not empty production gathered in low-stress moments. This is performance when games start to tilt. Yes, the walk rate exists, and yes, that demands careful deployment, but this is an arm accustomed to stepping into the eye of the storm and holding the structure together while everything else threatens to unravel. For St. Louis, the logic is clear. Convert a controllable bullpen arm into future assets. For Toronto, the cost would not be small, and that is exactly why it matters. Teams serious about returning to the World Series accept that price. A bullpen built around Rogers changing visual timing and Romero extinguishing fires completely alters how close games are read in September and, more importantly, in October. So, here we are. 2 updates, 1 direction. Tyler Rogers already has a defined role. Jojo Romero represents a potential final layer of insurance. And if this kind of analysis resonates with you, make sure you hit like, subscribe to the Blue Jays Report, and turn on notifications so you do not miss what comes next. Now, I want to hear from you. How would you deploy Rogers in a decisive game? Would you be willing to move real prospects for Romero right now? And most importantly, does this bullpen, as it is being quietly built, feel capable of surviving October? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Jays go!